Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Daniel Duncan Show. We hope you guys are all having a great day today, on this summer Friday. Um, Today, we are here to talk about something we did a few weeks ago that we wanted to share with everybody.
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah, so, uh, but first, before we get into that, Dan, do you want to show the people what slippers you're wearing tonight?
Oh, yes, I will. I most certainly will.
Okay, the hot pink fuzzies.
Fuzzies.
Nice.
It's too hot to wear extreme slippers that have all these animal designs and all of that.
Right, dude. Yeah, you must have the AC blasting right now, yeah?
It's off right now, but it does turn on and off, and I enjoy
Yeah.
the AC.
Oh yeah. So how's your day been so far? How's your Friday been?
I've had an amazing Friday. It's been great weather. I was able to get outside and went to the Capitol Mall, walked around, and had a late lunch.
So, do you want to talk about what we did 2 weeks ago, Dan?
Yeah, might as well.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 weeks ago, me and Kellen, the two of us, we went up to the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington. Seattle Storm were playing the Indiana Fever, and the two of us, we were having a good vibe on that night. We were in the club section. We had great seats, great view from the seats that we were at, and we saw all these great celebrities come out. Sue Bird, Megan Rapinoe, Damian Lillard was there. Ryan Bliss, J.P. Crawford. We had these rally towels that we had. We saw Caitlin Clark. We saw Jewell Loyd put up 30 points. And it was just a great night. Seattle ended up winning the game. Thank goodness they did. But it was an amazing experience for the both of us just to be there and to catch it all in a glimpse and to fully be there. It's just extraordinary that we were able to be there.
Like you said, dude, extraordinary. That was the sporting event of the summer for Seattle. That's for sure. And we got to
Yeah.
witness it uh for, close to 2 years now. We have been slowly becoming, big fans of Caitlin Clark and just, seeing her all the time on TV, not being able to escape,
Oh
just
yeah.
how hype of a player she was. And for us to, finally be able to see that in action was just incredible. And, we got there pretty early and immediately we saw so much Fever gear, so much Iowa gear. Um,
Yeah.
You'll see in the video, I'll play some videos from that on the down below, but just the crowd reaction when they announced Caitlin Clark, it was
Oh
incredible.
dude.
Um,
Yeah, it was insane. And also, I mean, people we got there. I mean, we went to one of my favorite hit up spots in Seattle before the game. Hopefully you enjoyed that place.
I did, yeah.
Um we got there, we parked in the garage. We were able to it wasn't that far away. It was only like a block and
No,
a half.
yeah.
We got there and the gates weren't open. People were just there were full Indiana Fever jerseys of Caitlin Clark. There were Iowa jerseys.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome to see all of those people come in and sell out the arena. I I can't remember the last time I was in a sold out arena.
Yeah, and when we got there, because I'd only ever been to a concert at that venue, and I'd never been to a WNBA game, so that was my first WNBA game.
Me
And
neither.
yeah, so we got to explore around. Um, the environment quickly felt like something we could handle. It was really easy to access. Everybody was just in a good mood, to watch some basketball. We found the pro shop pretty quickly.
Yep.
Dan got a sweet shirt with Jewell Loyd on it.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
and that was kind of a tell as to how the night was going to go because right after we got out of the pro shop, we got to watch Jewell Loyd have her best game of the year. And
Oh yeah.
but before we get into, how the game went, um, we walked right past the club that we were sitting in. We didn't even think that's where we would be at, and our seats were probably 15 rows up. It was just amazing when we first got there. And so yeah, probably uh 2 minutes into the game, because we were sitting, you know, above the tunnel. Um
Right.
Dame Lillard, yeah, like you mentioned, he was there. He walks right in front of us, and seemingly nobody else in the crowd noticed him. And I was just like, damn, 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 look who it is. It's, oh my
Damian
gosh, you're
Lillard.
kidding. And then obviously, later in the game, they put him on the Jumbotron, but he was sitting probably 6 rows, 7 rows in front of us. We could see him all night. Probably could
Yeah.
see what he was doing on his phone all night. We were that close. But that also goes to show just, how big of an event it was for so many superstars to show out. And the hometown gave them quite a show. I was really impressed with uh, just how interactive they got with the crowd to, get us hyped. We were
Yeah.
waving the towels like crazy. Um, and it was really nice to, get introduced to all of our Storm players because, obviously a main reason we were there was to see the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark.
Right.
But the Storm are just an incredible team, really, really great to root for. And so, yeah, we were very impressed with the squad that they put together this year because a lot of new faces came into the building. Last
Right.
year was a struggle without Brianna Stewart. And so Jewell Loyd now has quite the supporting cast, and we were able to see Jewell Loyd just, you know, flourish within that new system. And so, yeah, talk to me about that performance because she got hurt pretty quickly in the game, but obviously she was able to come back.
First off, my AC is back on.
Nice.
Uh, I seeing Jewel Lloyd, and I've seen her highlights over the years, college and pro, because she went to Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told you about her family friend, all that, the whole
Mm-hmm.
connection at Florida
You've
State.
met her before.
Yeah, I took a photo with her last summer at a charity ball game event at Climate Pledge, and I was there for that. But seeing what she put up in that game, she went out with that horrendous. First, I thought it was like a leg, or it was like, and I'm like, good lord! But it was a slash over her eyelid,
Mm-hmm.
and she went to the line, shot both of her three throws, and then ran straight off to the locker room. You told me right
Yeah.
away,
Yeah.
and then she came back about a couple minutes later, and then all of a sudden, 3 pointer after 3 pointer, and then it was like she had 23 at the first half, and then she put up 11 more in the second, giving her 34 points.
Yeah, she stole the spotlight from Caitlin Clark that night. And just thinking about, I was very impressed seeing in person just the ball movement and just how
Yeah,
team oriented the game is. It was just really incredible to watch. Just the ball was on a string. Diggin Smith,
yep,
one of the best passers, facilitators in the game. Ogwumike is amazing, year 12, 9-time All-Star. So just to be able to see those stars was incredible. And uh, I will say that the Storm, their game plan coming into it was really incredible. Um, the pace of the Indiana offense, they were thrown off kilter. Um, Something
Right.
we noticed, and it, could have just been a one game thing. Obviously, the Fever are currently a playoff team. They're 6-4 in their last
Oh
10.
yeah.
They've played well since that game, but a lot of just very stagnant. Clark brings it up, high screen and roll. Storm would just run the center at her and she'd have
Yep.
to dump it off. And Boston has the potential to be, that duo could be the next, all-time great pick and roll duos, but oftentimes it's giving her the ball on the left side and she just kind of struggles on the left side a little bit. Um, Specifically that game, it was really hard for her to use her left and finish around the rim. And so Caitlin looked really displeased.
Rattled.
Yeah, rattled. I don't think we would have expected to see a game where she shot, only 9 times, and that's what we saw. That's a credit to the Storm's defense. Um, they were in control of it almost the entire game, it seemed. There was a bit of a late comeback, but it wasn't really much. But um, so yeah, we did get to see a few logo threes from Clark, which
We did. We
which
did.
was
I turned right to you, and I was like, when she shot those shots from the logo,
mhm.
I turned right over to you and I said, I had seen these on TV, man. I saw her do that
it
in
was
college.
it was so surreal. It was like one of those things that, seeing in person and that making that connection, you know, it was just so incredible to see. And um we'd been wanting to see that for so long. Um, but yeah, just what a great night. I'm glad you brought me to the game, and I know we're gonna go
Yeah.
to more Storm games, and this is our new team. I know you've been a fan for a while. I'm gonna follow them very religiously now. And
Yeah.
that's the local team. We don't have an NBA team, and we got a really good WNBA team. Basketball is alive in Seattle, and I'm glad we were able to see that.
Oh yeah, dude.
Was
It
there
was
any
great.
other takeaways that you had from your experience at the game?
It was all great. I mean, we were in that club section level. We had all the hype up with the rally towels, and we had great food. I had a beer or two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was just great to finally witness a WNBA game, seeing Caitlin Clark. The one thing that you just mentioned with that high screen and roll thing
Yeah.
with the high center,
Mm-hmm.
I saw that when they played Vegas again.
Mm-hmm.
They brought Jackie Young up on her and she had to pass it off. But in the last 3 out of 4 games, she's had no problem.
Yeah. So yeah, it's moving past that game in the last 2 weeks, the Storm and Fever have both fared well. They're both 6-4 in their last 10. And Caitlin recorded her first triple double, or yeah, triple double.
Yep,
She's had
yep,
her tonight, what, fifth straight double tonight. Um,
yep.
Storm were beating up on the Lynx right now as we speak. They're up
It's
by
good.
16. Um, and the All-Star break is coming up. We have only 2 more games until the All-Star break and then the Olympics. So it's about a month-long break with no WNBA basketball. Um, so yeah, going into the All-Star break, um, and we just watched a few days ago, we were watching the Vegas Aces against the Storm. Really great
Right.
game till the very last whistle. Vegas, the reigning champs, they have the reigning MVP, and probably the best player in the league, Aja Wilson. Um, what a great player to watch. Um, and obviously she'll be on Team USA as well. But yeah, dude, I have been having a lot of fun watching her play, getting familiar with her game. Uh, Incredible numbers. I think she just set the team scoring record. Um, but yeah, and then obviously the Liberty have the best record in the league. Um, how are you feeling going into the All-Star break with where the where the teams are at right now?
I'm feeling pretty good about it. I mean, I've been fully devoted to this league now and to both of those two teams, the
Hmm.
Storm and the Fever. I feel like there's going to be a lot of great ball players and a lot of great games coming up. You mentioned there's a few more games before the All Star break, and then the Olympics start going. I saw the men play a few nights ago. The women, they have a great team, so I'm ready for that to get off and started. I'm ready for it to kick off.
Yeah, we got Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, two rookies in the All-Star game. Reese with a WNBA record in double doubles right now. She's having an excellent rookie year. The race between her and Clark could go down to the wire. That is another headline to stay tuned for post All-Star break. But
Right.
um, obviously Brink getting hurt early on in the year. The LA Sparks are not good this year, and but otherwise, this it's been the draft class has been really good. Obviously, the Chicago Sky have been benefiting from their two rookies. Um, so yeah, how
Yep.
are you feeling about, obviously Clark, Reese being both all stars, both rookie of the year candidates? Do you have your mind set yet on how that race is gonna go?
It's going to come down to whoever comes out ready, has the eye of the tiger inside of them to try and win the rookie of the year for themselves and for uh, their hype and for whatever they exceed their levels on that plateau for that prestigious award.
Yeah, so that's gonna be something to keep an eye out for. But yeah, we've really enjoyed this first half of the WNBA season. Um, Again, I can't, talk more, talk enough about just how great of an experience that was.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
the community, the fans, just how enthusiastic people were, how kind people were, just really shows how much, for one, I know I've been missing out on for, they've been a team here my whole life. They've won championships, they've had incredible players, but, I wasn't tuned in. So I'm really glad that we were able to see that, in person. And there's a lot more basketball left, and a lot to look forward to for the All-Star break.
yeah. I can't wait for the All Star break. Can't wait for the Olympics and then the playoffs for the WNBA when that gets going. And yeah, I'm just excited because I'm more tuned in than I was, 5 6 years ago. I finally have found a reason to try and tune in and try and watch these games, and it's like, why not? I mean, why not tune in and watch?
Hmm. Yeah, but I think next episode we'll be able to talk more about, our other Seattle team that's currently playing sports right now, the Seattle Mariners.
Mm.
But I think the Storm have been uh, more enjoyable over the last month or so to watch, a little less stressful to watch. So it's been very refreshing getting some good Seattle sports content to watch. But is there any final words you had, Dan, before we close off on our experience?
I want to close off with saying that we just had a blast. We enjoyed ourselves. We had a great time, great experience. Hopefully, we go back to that arena. Hopefully, we get another one of those. And then the Seattle Mariners, they're going to be red hot. They're going to be red hot in the second half.
Yes, exactly. We'll see what kind of trade proposals happen within the next few days, or if we have to think of what kind of moves they might make. But yeah, that's
Right.
that's that's what the fans should be expecting with our next episode. Hopefully we want to get a season first half of the season preview, or excuse me, review out within the next few days, because that All-Star break is coming up as well. But yeah,
Yep.
this has been another episode, Dan. You know, expect more WNBA content. We got a month break, unfortunately, but like Dan said, we got more Olympics to watch, the All-Star game. But yeah, that's been another episode of the Daniel Duncan Show. We will see you guys soon. Peace.
See ya. Peace.